Doctors expected him to live only until the age of 7, but today a Waynesboro man is beating those odds. Sean Decker is now living positive with HIV for more than 10,000 days. On today, World AIDS Day, it's a story you'll see exclusively on the Valley's Fox.
Waynesboro is a big part of who I am.
It's where Sean Decker grew up.
I had the classic, American childhood there.
For 11 years, his childhood was just like any other kid. Picture-perfect memories. Visiting Santa, loved by his older brother Kip, and enjoying summers in the pool.
There was a plot twist.
A twist, or more like a downward spiral, that changed his life forever.
I felt like I was on borrowed time.
Given just 6 months to live at age 12, Sean contracted HIV. His mom remembers what it was like to have her son ask her tough questions with even harder answers.
He looked at me and he says, "Mama, why'd they kick me out of school?" I said, "Because you have AIDS."
Sean received bad blood after having blood transfusions for hemophilia.
He looked at me and he said, "Mama, am I going to die?" I said, "Oh God, how do I answer my child?" I said, "Yes, Sean. You're going to die, I'm going to die, your dad's going to die, Kip's going to die."
But Sean is beating the odds with the help of Dr. Greg Townsend. Dr. Townsend remembers in the 80s when even a mention of HIV virus or AIDS had people on edge.
Our clinic population really never changed for years because for every new patient we had coming into the clinic, unfortunately, patient would die.
The unknown, a plague in American history. The disease and the talk of it became widespread. The talk of the virus hit home, his home.
I took a second look at the razor and the toothbrush, you know what I mean, when we were teenagers and living in the same house and everything.
That's Sean's older brother, Kip. He says his mother's actions didn't need an explanation.
Behind a cracked bedroom door with my dad in there, and she's not the crying type, but she was weeping, and I asked what was wrong, and they had the test results.
Some of Sean's most challenging days were faced here at this school, not necessarily from his classmates, but from his classmates' parents, eventually leading him to be forced out.
If there had been any chance of Sean infecting anyone, I would have taken him out of school.
Sean's mom says Sean created a bucket list when he was little, including being crowned homecoming king.
My senior year, my classmates voted me homecoming king, and that was cool. At the time, I just thought it was because, I was really awesome. But later, when I was writing the book, I realized that I think it was their way of saying, we're proud of you for making it, and your HIV status doesn't matter to us, and we accept you for who you are.
Sean went on to accomplish everything on that bucket list.
He wanted to graduate from high school and be homecoming king and write a book and educate and serve on a board and get married. And finally, the last thing on his list was to be commencement speaker at Waynesboro High School. When you called me and asked me to do an interview, it scared me because I thought, she knows something I don't know.
This journey still makes Sean quite emotional.
It feels like a victory, and I feel like I'm constantly This is the problem with being a writer. You come up with these great creative things that would look good on paper, but you tear up when you think about them. I feel like I constantly want to reach back in time and high five, me a diagnosis and just say it's gonna happen because, I had my doubts back then.
Doubts then, and now only a memory.
I prayed, I said, "God, I've been a horrible mother. If you give me a second chance, I promise you I'll let him live, and I will trust you to take care of him."
For Sean, he's just living positive and remembering his purpose. In Waynesboro, Allison Bruner, WHSV.